Hey everybody, just going to check real quick here and see if maybe we might actually be streaming. It's going to tell me we're not. Maybe that red means it does seem to be. Okay, hey, excuse me there. Okay, so today, October 10th, ICT 2024 mentorship is what we're focusing on. Again, we've got some other information here from other ICT trainings, and we had basically no new day opening gap, but it still seemed a little bit relevant, and it was right there at the session open, and the session open is an hour before RTH based on his past trainings. We did have a gap of the previous close to the open down here. So got a fib on that and looking for at least a 50% retracement first half hour. Didn't get it, came close. ICT, I think, actually placed a trade down here. We were going short. I was on with Patrick Wieland, sorry, and grabbed some of this short down here. Made a few bucks. Didn't grab that ICT trade. I think he was looking for it to be having taken out some liquidity, but nonetheless, that first value gap I deleted, it was in here. Didn't seem like it was working perfectly. It seemed more like if you look at these little stabs down, actually that the RTH open was almost a little bit more relevant in that regard. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not the expert. I'm just trying to follow along here. We got again VWAP in here. We were it was doing its thing. Volume weighted average. They're in the average. And today, as yesterday, when Patrick Wieland decided, hey, it's Hawaii, I'm tired, I'm going to go back, take a nap, that's when the market took off. So I did have a little bit of trouble trading on NQ today, but I made it back on trading MES, multiple contracts. And I got in a little high. I was going with an Adam Mancini recovery, I thought, but ended up the same bounce that was in on NQ it happened in ES. I had my top limit order maybe a point low, but I wanted it to go rather go because it did fall back and never went there again. So we were able to make a good trade there. Kind of a dead day towards the end of the day. We didn't get this pop at the close, get those those last couple of macros of the day. I think I was actually working with someone else here at the time, so I did miss that trade completely, but pretty sure Patrick caught it, and it worked out. Kind of an uneventful day for the day that we had dropped this morning, but that's what it is sometimes. But again, if you notice, we did see some relevance to some of these ICT lines, so I do recommend putting those on your chart if they're not. Or well, say I don't make recommendations. You do what you want to do. And it's certainly not financial advice, but I think that they can be relevant. In fact, the one of the lending buy side or sell side this morning that I moved from last week, there were three of those right on top of each other. So tell me, when 3 different days you have a sell side and a buy side all lined up within a couple of points of each other, tell me that's not something relevant, a level that that the market's going to pay attention to. But notice, I mean, you really need to know. I don't want to say what you're doing, but you definitely want to have a plan. And Adam Mancini says you trade level to level, and this is why. I mean, you get these stabs down, and they can just blow your stops. That's what they're doing. I mean, they're blowing your stops. This magenta line through here, that is a pivot point. They are a little bit different than trading views pivot points sometimes. This is think or swim, but kind of gives you the idea at least. But notice you can see the activity there. And there's stop hunts. I mean, if you set your stop there, you're going to be liquidity for the institution. So you got to make sure that your stops are relevant, but your entries have to be kind of good too. Otherwise, you have to have a fair amount of a pain threshold sometimes. And if it goes against you, if it ends up losing that support, then you're going to have a bigger loss. So I just wanted to show you what was going on here today. Again, we did end up with the full gap being filled, but did take till 11:30. So an extra hour and a half or something like that, get the full gap. But 50% is what ICT says you're getting. 70% of the time, first half hour. Did miss it. I always kind of look for silver bullets too. Those weren't as clean today. Today's trading just wasn't as clean. I mean, and again, that happens on certain data drops. Sometimes it can be the whole week, but that's one of the reasons why Patrick Wieland is a momentum trader, and he doesn't go. He makes a lot of fun of ICT. He had a real good time making fun of ICT today. So, but just with some funny things that were said and how they're said. But you know, doesn't take away from the fact that I think ICT can make a lot of money. Whether he does or doesn't, I don't know. I mean, he for liability purposes, he says he trades in a paper account, but when you see it happen live, it just as well could be a real account. But even here, again, midnight open up here. I'm just looking at this chart, and because I did miss some of this activity today, but you can't get everything. In fact, with Patrick's course, he kind of emphasizes trading 2 hours a day. I don't really want to watch the market 24 hours a day. I mean, maybe you do. Adam Mancini uses resting orders and things like that, and he seems to rarely lose. But you have to have your orders at the right place to go get in, and you have to have your stops at the right place. And sometimes that's a pretty wide stop. His don't get hit very often, but if they do it, you have to be able to withstand that pain. But this is what we got going for today. We're hoping that tomorrow is maybe a little bit better day for the 2024 ICT mentorship. Get a little bit cleaner trades, but at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're intact, preferably green. And if you have comments, please leave them. If you're watching this, please let me know. We're still kind of rolling this out, getting it started, trying to figure out what's of the most value and how to get the tech working the best. So that being said, have a great one.